Now let us see today how we can design our app so that it is compatible for a wide range of Android phones which have varying sizes, varying densities, have different languages, different regions to which they belong, different modes, whether it's portrait, whether it is landscape, whether it's night mode, whether it is VGA or WVGA. So all these different scenarios that we have, all different kinds of mobiles that we have, we need our app to run as far as possible uh, perfect for all different kind of devices. Now we have a vast fragmentation of devices in Android. There are nearly about 4,000 different kinds of devices with different screen sizes, different densities, and varying under conditions that are different from device to device. So we need to see how far we can go, what we can do to make our app as much as compatible to the varying differences in devices that we have. Now, what exactly is the problem? We have different screen sizes, we have different screen densities, we have the orientation problem, then we got a number of other things that we need to see is the language, we need to see the regions to which it belongs. In case you want to get into more deeper things, then there are night modes, out, not out, then if it's left to right arrangement or right to left arrangement. So all these kind of things you can keep in mind whether when you're designing your app, so that accordingly you can place your resources, you can accordingly design your layout so that it suits the kind of devices that you are programming for. So let us see what are the different sizes that we have. Now in case you go into a deeper sense, then practically we have a very vast range of devices. You cannot uh, put your layout for every kind of device. So Android has grouped them into 4 different categories of devices. One starts off with the small 2 to 4 inch size and a pixel density of 322 into 426. 320 is the width pixel density, 426 is the height. So we all assume that this is the portrait kind of pixel density. Then a normal approximately 4 inch. 320 into 470 is the pixel density. Large we have 4 to 7 inch, 4 into 640. So this is where we stop for a smartphone range, and from this starts the tablet range. From 7 to 10 inch the pixel density goes from 720 to 960. So we've grouped basically all devices into these 4 groups. So you'll arrange your layouts or resources according to these 4 ranges, and system will automatically adjust these resources for devices that lie within the ranges of these. Suppose the device is 4.2 inch, so accordingly system will either take up the normal or it will take up the large. So it will see what suits best as per as the actual condition goes. So it will take up the resources from that folder. Accordingly your app will perform. Now some things we can definitely watch for when we design an app, things we can avoid or things we can do that can do some help in making the app compatible with the different sizes. Now first of all is we shouldn't fix up the size. Suppose we have a button, we say its width is 420 pixel. So don't fix that as a pixel width, rather use either match parent or use wrap content so that that becomes compatible with different size. So if you have a 4-inch mobile, again accordingly the button will have a wrap content. If it is a 5-inch mobile, it will correspondingly take up the wrap content. Now don't use pixel, rather use density independent pixel or a scale independent pixel. We've already seen this in our earlier lecture, how these are different, what effect it has. So pixel, it varies from mobile to mobile as per the PPI of the mobile. So higher the mobile, the smaller will be and the pixel size. Accordingly things get smaller, and the lesser the PPI, the bigger pixel it will have and more will be the width. We'll see this when we take up the screen density. Now timing will only focusing on how we can set things for screen size. Then we'll see how we can set things for screen density, and then we can see how we can set things for orientation or language and the rest of the things. So third part is you don't use absolute positioning of components. Now rather than absolute positioning, that already we had absolute layout, but now it's deprecated for the same very reason, that if you fix up things and those layout, if it goes to a different, now if you suppose I have a button which I locate say 20 pixel from here, 40 pixel from here. Now in case I scale up the screen, it will again come out to be 20 pixel from here, 40 pixel from here, whereas the screen has grown up in size. So there is a more free space that shows up. So we need this to scale up according to the screen size. But if you fix up the sizes, it will keep maintaining the same size irrespective of the screen that you put that component in. So to take care of this, we introduced fragments. Now in a later lecture we'll be seeing what exactly are fragments. So you can if you even see this screen, we have 3 components on this. We are able to arrange 3 components on this screen. Now had this been a smaller screen, we'll be able to see only one. So we'll have to shift from one to another and then to the third screen. So in case we have a phone which has a smaller size, we can show only a single screen. We have a higher space, we use 2 screens. And if still bigger, if we have a tablet, we can use a 3 screen 3 component screen. So these all we design as fragments. So according to the size of the screen, you can put on a single fragment or a double fragment or a 3 fragment screen. So fragments was introduced to account for a difference in the sizes of the screens that we had. We merged both the tablet and the phone API so that we can use a single API for both, and there we came down to fragments. So fragment is, instead of using a single screen, we arrange this screen into parts that we can see how far we can, how much is the actual space or how much the space can accommodate. So we've seen what the problem is. We've seen what necessary steps can we take to avoid basic kind of problems that we face. Now we'll see how actually can we do it. Now the first thing is, according to the different buckets of size that we have, you arrange different layouts for them. Now, in case you want small and large to have the same, or small or normal to have the same layout, we can create an alias for it. Otherwise you can have a different layout for different sizes, and you can create different folders as a part of the resource folder. You can have a layout large, you can have a layout small, or layout extra large, and you can accordingly design different layouts so that they show up differently on different screens. So you'll have to take care of fonts, you'll have to take care of the sizes the components show up. So all these you need to scale up when the size scales. Now as more different sizes came into picture, beyond 3.2 we have another option wherein you can specify the size what you want your layout to respond to. In case you say it is a layout shortest width 600 dp. Now shortest width means, in case if you have a mobile, then if it is in a portrait mode, then this is the shortest width that shows up for the mobile. And if you decide upon the width, then this width is the current width of the screen. Now in case it is portrait, then it will show up as similar to shortest width, but if the mobile is in the landscape position, then the width will change, and then it will be the height of the device that will be taken as the current width. Oh, I've just missed out W here, so you can add W here also. Now this is how we can see how it differs a shortest width from a simple width. Now in case both the devices are in the portrait mode, they both exactly refer to the same dimension. But in case the mobile shifts to a landscape mode, the width shifts to now to the height of the screen, whereas the shortest width, it still refers to the shortest dimension of the mobile. So for shortest width you need to have two directories, one layout shortest width for landscape, for this for portrait, and minus this for landscape, minus land for landscape, as I might have, yeah. Layout shortest width 600 dp for land, layout shortest width as 600 dp for portrait. Whereas in case of width you can't have a land, because you can specify a different width for the landscape mode. I can say W600 for the portrait and W1200 for the landscape mode. So this is how we have different screens. We've seen what we can do. We can create different folders. And the third important point is that you still don't leave off the default folders. You still add the default layout folder to your resource folder. Don't leave out the default folder, because in case the system is not able to find any similar folder that it can use, or a smaller folder, then it will crash the application. So you'll never want your application to crash. We'll just see how we can see how the application crashes in the absence of a default layout.